Welcome back to It's Time for Beer. I am Brandon. Thank you for joining us once again. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I haven't been able to film anything new because we've been traveling, we've been out of town, so I haven't had a chance to just sit down and get anything on video. So I just happened to be cleaning up my computer and I came across a review that I did about a year ago. So I'm going to show you that review, and then next week we'll get back to our normal schedule of new beer reviews. I have a whole box of stuff that I have never tried before, and we're going to take a look at those in the coming weeks. But until then, enjoy this beer review of R.J. Rocker's Rockhopper IPA, and they're from Spartanburg, South Carolina. You'll have to excuse the audio quality of the video. I actually lost the audio file that I recorded while I was filming that review. I have my little mic here and it kind of went somewhere in the air. So enjoy the review, and I will see you next week with a new beer review.
Today I'm going to be reviewing R.J. Rocker's Rockhopper IPA. It's 7.5% alcohol by volume, and it comes in a 22-ounce bottle and costs $4.99. I'm going to let you know how it looks, smells, and tastes, and I'm going to tell you whether it's worth your money. The color is a nice deep orange. It looks like there's definitely some crystal malts in there somewhere. The beer's, it's kind of hazy, but it's not cloudy, if that makes any sense. I can see the other side of the glass pretty easily, but there's nothing past that. The carbonation's pretty light. There only seems to be a light stream of bubbles rising to the top. But whenever I swish it around, we get a nice foamy head that will dissipate eventually, but you get the lacing around the glass, which sticks around. Right off, wow. The piney hop smell's hitting me right in the face. I don't smell malt. I don't smell fruitiness. All I smell is hops. This is just, it's just wow. I'm interested to see what it's going to taste like. Hop, hop, hop. Okay, so the taste of R.J. Rocker's Rockhopper IPA. Okay, so it's the strangest thing. That massive hop character that I smelled is only slightly peeking through. There's a massive hop bitterness that sticks around, and it stays in the back of my mouth. It just lingers right about here. But I don't really get any of that piney flavor that just about knocked me over in the aroma. There's just a very dry finish. There's just a minimal residual sweetness from the malts. Now here's something else you'll find interesting. There's a roasted malt character that I just wasn't expecting. It's oddly similar to the finish in a dark beer. It tastes like there's some roasted malts or some darker malts such as chocolate, even though it doesn't look as if there would be any. I mean, that's a nice orange color, but it tastes as if I'm finishing, the aftertaste is a porter. Very good though. Is it worth the money? At $4.99 for a 22-ounce bottle, with the interesting flavors, I would absolutely have no problem paying that price for this beer. It's not the greatest IPA, but it's really, really good. It's got a lot of interesting character about it. The crystal malt flavor, the roasted malt flavor, there's a strong hop bitterness, and the aroma, out of this world. It just seems like it's not just an IPA. There's so much complexity about this. Again, I go back to the roasted character I keep getting on the finish. I would have to give this beer an A-. It's not the greatest IPA, but there's so much more to it than just an IPA. And using Better Beer Authority's rating scale, this is definitely an 8. Now, if you like this review, click on the like button below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button above. So remember, drink what you like, enjoy what you drink, and I'll see you next time. So a little side note, I know the review's over, but after pouring the remainder of the bottle out, I noticed that there are, well, we'll call them chunks, but it's very reminiscent of whenever you see a bottle conditioned beer and there's still a little bit of yeast in it. I said earlier that there was a little bit of haziness, but not a cloudiness. Well, once I poured the rest of this beer, it got completely cloudy. I can see stuff floating around in it, and the head just went. So let's see what it tastes like now. Still tastes the same, but maybe it's bottle conditioned, maybe it's not. You can see some of the chunks floating around in there. No, those are not carbonation bubbles on the side of the glass. That is actually from the bottom of the beer bottle. I'm going to assume that this is a bottle conditioned beer, but I will find out and I will post an update